Good morning. I was going to do a little astrology for us, but I don't want my potatoes to burn that are right there. This is the cat toy for my kitten, in case she really wants to get down and funky with that. And she does. She's right there. She does it. She really likes her playground. She's spunky today, and I think it has everything to do with we have a lot that's going on astrologically, and I'm having to wrap up something that kind of goes like 30 years back. It's kind of funny, but I'll do it. Just fine. A bunch of losers out there that want to transfer their misery onto you, and I'm not into it. So it's looking like that Mercury is going to go into Gemini, and we have the Sun in Gemini now. We have the new moon happen here. Well, the new moon is happening on the 27th, which is auspicious for me. It's the beginning of something, that could last a while, which is nothing but good. I had such a profound night last night with communications with my higher ups. Okay, so we're right at the end of Gemini Jupiter. That's kind of going to inch into Cancer by the 11th of next month, but it's heading up to trine my Mercury-Uranus conjunction. There isn't much you can get past me, really. My third eye is open. There's just a lot of planets that are in favor of me right now. We have Venus in Aries still, which gives the feminine kind of a warrior feel, kind of rough and tumble. And so anyway, but it's trine to Mars, which is beautiful, very beautiful energy. And the main thing is with this new moon at 6 degrees. Well, it says it's at 6 degrees, but it's looking more like 5 or 6, which is a beautiful thing. I love that, all is in favor for me as far as communications. I have a lot together, because as you know, like with your narcissist, well, it's kind of the same thing for all of humanity now, where we have had, like, okay, say the C19 announcement thing, and then the compounding things going on that is just like psh, 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 and it's like wait a minute, oh, huh? And it's just like happening in flashes, right? And now it's kind of an aftermath, like they get up and say excuse me, but no, right? And I can't imagine how much the courthouses have lit up, right, about issues, about what have we, and that has yet to start getting going. I have potatoes. I just flipped them, and now it needs to light up a little bit more there. It's the first time I've cooked on that particular surface. It's an iron skillet. Anyway, it's just a good time to see because of the air. It's air sign. It's a kind of a lightening up. Talk about lightning, right? We have it trine to Pluto, and this is really good. It's really awesome. I had so much come in last night when I don't know if I was asleep or dreaming or what, but there was something that's communicating to me that is very matter of fact, and I'm not sure how much I can apply to it, but really I think I'll know after the 27th. Has nothing to do with these idiots over there, but they are helping in um, creating this case that's being shown to the courts, right? I will be heard tomorrow, and I'm going to let the courthouse and the idiots there, if they come to the courthouse, know who I really am. First of all, I'm not Caucasian. They tried to tell me that I was Caucasian, and I'm not. I have Native American Indian inside of me, and that's a big playing part. If you look at my auntie and my mom, and especially my grandmother, I don't know, they just have this look about them. You can kind of see it in our nose a little bit, I guess. Um, yeah, it doesn't matter if we have red or brown or blonde hair. We have Native American Indian. Osage is non-violent. I want to stress that they are a non-violent tribe. They're very like friendly oriented. Okay, so that's their problem. I was talking about the narcissist, how they do these acts of like say like the asphalt filling thing, and that right there is like I did the right thing. I did what I was supposed to do, which is to try to communicate. And apparently nobody's on my side about that. The people are on their knees still, I guess, in 2023, or always. I don't know, but they're not standing up for the environment. I am baffled by that behavior. That person lived. Now, if I show you where I live, you know, you don't up and jump and do that unless you're insane. And well, they got a free deal, and that's one thing that will coax on stupid people. They think that money does not do anything for us. We have to back away from that. It buys nothing but junk. It makes you think junky. And like I said, I think I talked about it on another video, how it creates fake relationships and fake associations, like really fake relationships, fake friends, right? Not all the time, though, not really all the, right? But see, I'm talking about like your workplace, like that. Those people can care less about you, right? You wonder where they are at the end of the day. It's not always like that. Not for me. See, I have Venus and Virgo in the house of career. Venus is a very happy beneficiary planet. It's our love life. It's what brings us happiness. It's what brings us value. It brings beauty. So I bring all of that to the stage when I do go to work. And speaking of work, I have a weed whacking job that I'm going to be doing around about, well, I would like to get there at 9 o'clock instead of 10. And that's what I'll do for these people. I reconnected with some people that I was out of touch with for the last 4 years or so, because just the C19 thing made everybody split apart, and they went through some hell, and I went through some hell, and then we regrouping. But people are weird anyway, and we try to deal with that. I'm not into it. My third eye is so like, I am so ultra sensitive, and so I have a lot to bring to the judge tomorrow that indicates that maybe these people are trying to rake me over, and let alone that the last 2 times that they called the police on me and had me arrested, not even within a month. Now, because I was talking, because I was saying something, now they need to just fucking back off, because I can say anything I want on my property. And they have a false, I already talked about this, there's a false offense going on towards me, which is violence. I was not violent to them at all. But you know what? They are affiliated with the people down the way that own the hardware store, because I see the same vehicle parked from the garage, the mechanics garage up here, Idlewild garage. So I think they're in cahoots with them, and then the guy next door on this side is in cahoots with them for sure. They are just Machiavellian buddies, man. And I wonder, what the fuck are the women doing there? Don't the women know that that was a hardcore poisonous thing to do? Like, are they just serving them popcorn at a fucking football game or something? I'm sorry, these women, I'm sorry. I can't find respect for them very much. And I kind of notice it. Okay, so some people are noticing some things, like where I guess there's a big push for people to start having kids, like for women to just start doing this. And it's like, you know what? You shouldn't be having kids until you sort out your love life, figure out if it's fucking sane or safe or not. Now, do these fucking women know? Not the ones that had the asphalt pouring down on them, and not the ones that are domestic partners to the ones who are like half fucking baked. They're acting as though that, oh no, you're supposed to have a slave, women, to do your laundry and your breakfast, right? And to clean the house. And it's like, you know, and see, so you keep seeing like posts that say, please teach your boys, you know, your little boys, and don't you think they should teach it in school? That no, those are everybody's job. Everybody has laundry to do. Everybody needs to cook food and eat, and everybody needs to learn how to clean their house. See, now it brings back to me the issue. Fuck, I don't know why I'm talking about this. The issue of quality control. See, a lot of times, no, the woman does that because she wants us a certain way. She wants the food to taste a certain way because now she has like senses in her eyes, and I don't doubt that it's in her olfactory glands that, no, this is the truth, is that they can see like 20 different shades of red better than men. Now that seeing 20 different shades of red or yellow or orange is good for when they're looking at fruits and they want to see whether or not that is a ripe fruit and let's eat it. Have you ever noticed that you tell a man, yeah, go get some food from the store, and they bring back rotten shit or fucking overly not ripened stuff, and it's like, so we do have a place there, and it's called quality control, and make sure we're not being poisoned because we're going to be putting this stuff in our mouths. We're going to be wearing this stuff. See, I have something against the dryer sheets, like the toxic ass laundry detergents and stuff. Oh, I'm sensitive to that because there's too much already that we're battling, and then that on top. I mean, it's just, God, can we stop with the poisons already? I was using vinegar and baking soda for my dishes. Like if you pour it inside of a pan, if you pour a little baking soda and then just a little bit of vinegar, it goes and those are both cleaners, and it breaks the grease down, and you can eat those things. You can eat baking soda and you can eat vinegar and you can wash your dishes with it. It's not going to kill you. What the hell? And it's so much more less. You know, I don't know why. Why the hell is it that? See, that's why I want to try another country, because I think the United States is just can care less. And they have a bunch of sick fucking people in it. Making people sick. Let me check my hash browns here. It's kind of still cooking. It's cooking. Yeah, I think it's actually really kind of done. Pardon me, this is like Mr. Rogers today. Hi kids, I'm making my breakfast. Yeah, these hash browns turned out really good, kids. See, I cooked it on my fire. Now I'm going to crack an egg over the pan. It's not my chicken's eggs. They are sitting on some eggs, and you know what? I have a rooster that's trying to crow now. He's a boy. Oops, this fucking thing's not working. Salt for the egg. Hello. Fucking animal. Shite. Salt. Ah. I'm gonna take the head off of this and try and get the fucking salt out of it. Watch me overly salt it. But you know, salt's not bad for us, really. You know, it's really not. Salt is very good for us. We are mainly made of salt water. And so I don't know why the doctors try to tell us that salt is the problem when really they're just trying to kill us, right? They say don't eat salt and don't eat all the good stuff. So we have to kind of go back and say fuck you or something like that. Yes. Hi folks, I'm just making myself some breakfast. You know, I'm getting ready to go and and do some weed whacking. It's kind of the old stuff that I used to do, or there might be something better that I'm supposed to be doing, but I feel really good about it. I feel like it's just a meditation, just get back to doing it. I do really quick. I don't like spend time, even though I'm getting paid $30 an hour, $5 less, I'm giving them a deal. But see, I have to charge that much money because I use gas for my machine. I have to buy string for it. And by the time I do that, it's like minus 15 or so dollars. And it's like, I can't afford that. Can you afford that? Clean your own fucking yard. Alright, man, I am so stoked right now. And the main reason why I'm stoked, well, I don't have it here right now. And I'm not going to go get it. Bullshit, I'm not. Is to get some hot sauce. Pardon me while I go get it. Oh. Thank God for editing, right? That's exactly what I'm going to be doing before I send this video out. Hi kids, I made some wonderful, I can fix the lighting I guess on this camera, or just kind of, there's a window right there and I can make it to where it's not so washed out, you know. This stuff, right? Eggs. I've been craving hot sauce lately, and I think it's because it's a cure for something that's ailing me, and so I've been like drinking it just about. So pardon me while I have this food right in front of your face. I only made one egg, but I'm so blessed, you know, because I have an egg and I have a potato, and that my down is still your all's up. See, if I get really down, you still have to climb up to find my down. That's what's really funny about me. Whoops, that Tabasco sauce is full of, it's just like pure, I don't know, it's lemon, a lot of cayenne, I guess, and I don't know how to do it. A lot of chili pepper, but it's just basic. At the time, I stopped playing. See, a narcissist, alcoholic. A long time ago, he picked my guitar up. I used to have a Martin, a 1932 Martin designed cherry wood. Really beautiful guitar that used to just play me all day. And there's jealous people. Jealous people. You know, they think you have it all, and it's like, well, we do because we're not assholes. The more of an asshole you become, the more you lose things. The more you're unconscious about stuff, the more it's just obvious that you have not at all dialed in on a fucking anything for yourself. And you can become like needy in in a certain quality of life or things only because you're not apt to dial in on it. you see, whatever partner comes into my life, like if I have a partner, we're kind of the same in that way, right? Or otherwise we wouldn't be partners, we wouldn't be getting along. You have to make sure you have some kind of, fuck man, chemistry. Like, really what I mean is, do you really talk, and do you find yourselves there with something in between you guys that you are handling that's like, yeah, well, you too? Yeah, yes, I like crispy hash browns. How much? How much do you like them? Do you cook them yourself? No, the stove does. I make sure I shred them and just stick them on the stove. The stove cooks them. I've never cooked. I wish I can just go and sizzle something up with my eyeballs or something, but I can't. I have to use wood. Pardon me. That's the Tabasco sauce, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. For some reason, that stuff is just like, I need it. Right, Nancy? I miss you, Nancy. I hope you're doing okay. You know, I noticed it. Mm. Well, I don't want to talk about it here, but you do have a T-square in your chart involving, well, see, Jupiter is opposing your Mars. A lot of motion right there with your men and money, and then it's square to Uranus, which is very unpredictable. Oh my God. I just got the visualization of just, everybody needs to learn how to camp out. Fuck money. Simplify. Know what it is to cook on an open fire of something basic. That you just get the salt and pepper going and it's like, yay! Mm. I had a dream last night that one of my boyfriends, I guess I don't know who it was, but I was with them, and for some reason, I mean, I was there and they're like, yeah, you know, here you go, and they handed me like a double cheeseburger with bacon on it, and I was just like, I sucked it down within like 6 bites, knowing full well that I don't eat that stuff, and I remember thinking, I'm done. It was so good. I've been very hungry, but see, with this job I'm going to go do, I'm going to be able to get some things. I've been, you know, eating, yeah, I've been eating good already, but I'm eating better, you know. So, all right. The astrology is amazing. We have Uranus heading into Gemini, but that's not until July, I think, but we can feel the energy now. We had an earthquake here yesterday morning, and I love it. Um, what I don't like about it is that these people have me going hither and thither and this way and that way, like on the road, on the freeway, going here into that building, which could collapse if there's an earthquake. I'm telling you, these buildings that they've built over the last, well, 40 years. I mean, probably. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just some of them. Well, yeah, I have gotten downloaded by so much last night that showed me, you know, we can talk about that. I mean, we can talk about the so-called pardon me, the so-called civilization that is happening out there, which isn't a civilization. It's just it's a, hard to explain, but it's like cartoon land. Somebody with a lot of money is creating a civilization to look a certain way. You know, like right down the way there's a lot that's building up. And I remember like these one tract homes that they built, the framing is aluminum. Now everybody knows that they've been lighting aluminum on fire And then other things, well, they heat it up with their free energy weapons from outer space, and then it catches the wood on fire, whatever is touching it, whatever wood is touching it. And watch out for that particular civilization. Keep an eye on it, know that it could end up just melting down in 15 years or something because, why? Well, it's Southern California and we have wildfires all the time. What starts it? The wind. Some people believe that, and it's like, yeah, no, we know that wind does push fire really good and create a blowtorch, but it does not walk around with a pack of matches or a laser beam and start lighting things on fire. All right, back to the astrology. It's so good for the Libra generation or anybody that has early degree Libra. See, when I say Libra generation, I'm saying the people that were born from about 1970 to around about 76 or 77. I think Pluto was away from, well, I should get my other book and stop being so vague and let us know exactly how long Pluto was in Libra. And then Uranus was in Libra at the same time. Now this, back in the 70s, turn of the 60s, was an issue or like a breaking down of marriages. What I mean is the whole genre of marriage. It's when women's liberation came up, which is like, oh God, yeah, some women that don't get it. See, you want to get beyond being men and women and see that if you can become a human being. Are you a humane being? Really? Yeah, that means that your heart chakra is open. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman there. We're talking about a certain quality presence that is just awareness, really. It's just a space. It's the same space as reality itself. That's a mystery, right? That thing just beyond the nose here. People don't even consider it, but there it is. I mean, we have space. Believe it or not, I mean, as crammed as it looks in the background here, there's still space that I managed to move my hand, and it's free. I cannot poke it with a fork, and I can't do anything with it. A lot of people think that, no, reality sucks. No, it doesn't even do that. There's things in reality that does suck. There's, whatever you're talking about with that, literally we can talk about it, but reality doesn't suck. Reality is peace. Get with it, babes. I would love, and I think I'll be inviting people into me, but it's not quite yet. See, what we're doing is we're adjusting. We have the Neptune going through Aries, and it's really good right now. See, it's sextoling these planets of the Aquarius and the Gemini. See, a lot of times Aries will marry a Gemini or even Aquarius. They get along really well. It's a sextile. It's like a star shape. It's part of the six-sided star shape. And so, yeah, we are looking at some things. We're getting used to our spiritual lives being different than anything we've ever imagined. It's certainly not going to church there and sticking our head up each other's ass there. Narcissists like to go to church. They like to go to those group gatherings where they just don't have any existential identity unless they're getting that reflection from other people. And what kind of reflection is that? Osha talks about it because they're the same way. They don't have any inner agency at all. So they're all the blind leading the blind there, wearing masks. And it's almost like, well, let them have it, let's wrap it up in a bowl and put it over there and light it on fire. But no, see, the problem is they're lighting the fucking place on fire. What I mean is they're lighting real people on fire. That's the story of Christ Jesus over there. Well, that person stood up and said, no, get real. And they're like, fuck you, and like, how many people agree with fuck you? And most people agree. And now, how does that happen? Well, it's just strength in numbers. Now I'm getting back to the woman thing. Would you stop having children already? You're pumping these things out without ever becoming enlightened yourself. You're probably miserable. You're thinking, well, at least I'll be able to control this child, and I'll be able to control the child, and it will love me. And it's like, no, there's a rude awakening about that. you'll have to try to go get around it, the fact that you fucked up there, and then what kind of a grandparent are you going to be? Because certainly your kids are going to make the same mistake that you did. And I hate to talk about it like that, but maybe, just maybe, maybe we should slow down a bit. You don't just clone your ancestral karma, never having made it out of the box, or you know what I mean, so to speak. Boy, aren't I? Isn't this a controversial video? Which one hasn't been? I'm feeling pretty good after I drink my darn Tabasco sauce. Pardon me, man. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. You'd be surprised how all I taste is it's like they have orange juice or lemon in there with some salt. I think it's vinegar. There's some there's some stuff that is hot in there that I never really actually liked. The Tabasco sauce is pretty fucking serious, right? You see it in every restaurant in America. You put it on your eggs at Denny's. So anyway, I'll probably have an extra egg before I go to clip the weeds. I'm in the middle of meditating. I was going to dust my drums over there and make them more shinier. They're very dusty. I've been dusting around. I've been cleaning around in this place here that I'm at. And the front house is going to get the same treatment. I'm going to start sterilizing it and dusting it and throwing a lot out. It's just me here doing this, and I am humanity, and if you felt the shift, let me know. Like and subscribe. Do you feel the shift coming on? I mean, the shift is hitting the fan, and then there's the shift hitting the fan too, which is fans. We have fans that say, yes, I'll give you $20. If 500 people sent you $20, do the math. Figure out how bitchin' that might be. How are you going to get them to do it? Are you going to play the guitar and sing something kind of weird on it? I was talking about these guitars. The reason why I don't play them, they're fucking shitty guitars. So I'm going to set up my other guitar that I got. It's a pretty darn interesting, unique guitar. It's in the living room in the front house right now. But I'm going to kind of set it up like I'll set it up over here to see this side of the room. How it has kind of an interesting look to it. It's got to be cleaned up. There's my cat's litter box, and I wanted you to see that particular tie-dye that's beautiful. I have my wood right there, and this is kind of like a kitchenette area. I would love to buy a hot plate, even though like I just cooked I can cook darn well on this if I have wood, right? But a hot plate would be good to have several pots going, right? And thanks for being extremely jealous and like not liking and subscribing. Just hit unlike and don't send money. Just kidding. I'll get a little tape of me, video of me weed whacking. I had a dream last night of talking to the judge. Really, it wasn't that, but it was more like a channeling of something so important that if they got the transcripts of it and the court heard what I was saying, see, we need to go to court and start talking about this stuff. When else is it going to happen but you go there and it starts going into the higher courts of law? Really, they do analyze it and they say, oh, yeah, see, because when you start talking about like nanoparticulate matter or chemtrails or stuff, now the courts and somebody has the responsibility to do research, right? Are these attorneys? Are they public defenders? They have to do research and inform themselves. Basically, we're in a time, now if you want to talk about Gemini moving into, just the air planets alone are into their information and they're into communications. It's what they're all about. You'd be crazy to be not hip to that trip to just start. See, you have to communicate to get things into you, and you have to communicate more to get the quality things that you want into you, and you have to even communicate even more to stand up against it all and say, no, I want this and that, right? Otherwise, you are just being shafted, baby, through all orifices. No, We're not doing that, not as the Aries individual. See, the Aries is rising up with the Neptune, and we're probably noticing how, like, well, wait a minute, that made me sick, and that made me sick, and I'm feeling kind of, but it's a spiritual thing. You know, it doesn't have to be that we're rising up in sickness, we're rising up in spiritual health. And we're saying enough is enough. Really, what are you guys standing up for? When you are trying to slit my throat and say no, and then tell me that I'm being violent just because I say no and put notes up? That's funny. Wow. A lot's going to go on in that courtroom tomorrow that I'm just going to communicate. And then the judge is going to say, finally, phew, I just, because they did stick up for me. See, I'm going to open it up with telling them to try to recall what happened last time. Like, was I just imagining things, or did you tell them people that no, Shauna can say anything she wants about any neighbor on her Facebook page or anywhere else? Stay off of it. Block her. Mind your own business. Because how does it hurt? How does it really hurt? Except for, maybe some of your friends that are teeter-tottering, like they don't want to be so unhealthy, but you're sucking them into your fucking clique. That's what narcissists do, is they have gangs. They have a group around them. And they hold some people closer than others. They'll have targets that are underground, right? What I mean is they're abusing people. We have to really distinguish who's who with that. With me being stressed out and going through hell of a transition and being stressed out, and really I won't let myself be manipulated into an unhealthy situation. I have been very verbally abusive and reactive, and but that's not the real me. No, it isn't. I'm very diplomatic. I can make good sense with people. I can compromise. I can see where they're coming from. And some people, really, when you really look what they're coming from trying to, they want to drive you crazy. They want to knock you off your center. Like John Lennon said, when you start being loving and you know that reality is peace, all of a sudden you're going to see even the cops, they're going to try and pull your beard, and they're going to try to slap you around. And don't let that happen, as a matter of fact. Yeah, what happened to John Lennon? So thank you for your donation once again. It's not like I don't need it. I'm experiencing that. I think that they're going to turn my electricity off on the 27th, if I remember right, or there's a due date on the 27th. It's not that much that I owe, so I don't know why they're telling me there's a disconnection notice. I need to call them and communicate with them and say, "Can you run it up to 500, please?" And then I'll really just forget about electricity. I was thinking yesterday, I'm thinking of all the ways to survive without electricity. The main thing is that, well, I can buy ice, right? You buy ice, and then there's a place underneath the house. See, it stays really cool under my house. But there's rats and vermin there, right? And I don't want to do that necessarily, but I can. I could devise a thing where it cools down my condiments and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, do you need condiments like this? See, even this stuff needs to be refrigerated, I think. I think that after a while it gets a little rancid. Anyway, I'm drinking it as coffee. Once again, it's hi, how are you doing? Oh yeah, baby. Hello, it's the new me. How have you been? Are you doing something new? Let me close it out with a darn. See, I put this string on my guitar, the E string. It's a very light string, so it sounds terrible. The strings are very sticky. It's like climbing an ice waterfall. If I was into climbing ice falls, which I'm not, I don't know. But it feels like that. I imagine this is what it feels like is playing this guitar. I'd like to play for you some suspended chords in minor. Whoops. Here, let me tune it back. I say that it's E. It might not be E. But I do have perfect pitch, and a lot of times I'll be right on the E. And it's like, how did you do that? You notice how I don't do the regular. tuning, because I can hear, I have ear like a bat. So I was going to play you on this configurations. They're called suspended chords, and it gives them a very, just that feel of being suspended in time and space. It gives you a certain feeling. I like teaching people this. You know, it's mainly is what I do. See, the suspended chords will have two notes that seem like they don't go together, like these. I can play anything, just give me a piece of shit, and I'll make it sound good. You'd think they don't go together, but they suspend your energy, and we can get happy. So happy is the happy major chords. And so here's a suspended major A, and a suspended major E. Whoops. Suspended G. There's those two notes that don't seem to fit together, but they do. Shauna, how did you do that? I hate it. Well, you have to play it 3 times. I don't know, man. People that don't know how to listen to music, I love them, but then again, we don't know. I don't know you.